What's up? It's Alex from Metal Master Kingdom. We're at the Phoenix Concert Theater today for a really special show. Bullet for My Valentine is here, and I have the great pleasure of being joined by Matt Tuck from Bullet for My Valentine. Matt, what's going on? So again, thanks so much for doing this with us.
Cool, man.
Welcome back to Toronto.
Thank you very much.
So
Good to be back.
So I would say this is your first show of this year, or second?
First, yeah.
First?
Yeah.
And it's your first of a few select appearances this year, right?
Yeah. We just have a slot at the Montebello Rock Music Festival.
Yep.
So we thought, since we haven't played since December, we better get a little warm-up show in, and that's why we're here. But yeah, and then we've got about
A few dates in Europe.
a few dates in Europe and Russia in August, and that's it for this year, really. Yeah. So very select.
So are these shows a bit of like an extension of the Venom cycle?
That's why we're just approaching it. Yeah. I mean, we don't have any new material to play at this moment because we're obviously still writing.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go out and just kick ass.
And these are like a bit of like a break from the studio in a way, right?
Yeah. We just got offered these cool shows. We're like, damn, we can either not do them, or we could do them. So we thought, we'll do it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, going to Venom a little bit, you worked again with Colin Richardson,
Yeah.
who you work with on The Poison and Screaming Fire, and working with him again after a certain amount of years. How was it working with him again?
Yeah, it was fine. It was just like no time had passed at all, really, between those albums. So, yeah, he's a good guy, man. He believed in us in the early days, and have a very special relationship with that guy. You know, he loves the band, we love him, and it was good. It was really good to get back in the room with him.
Nice. How would you compare working with Colin to Don Gilmore, who you work with on Fever and Temper Temper? Any differences?
Yeah, like Don is more about the production, how it sounds, and how the song can evolve and trying different things, whereas Colin will let the band be the band and just tries to capture the energy, whereas Don wants to get involved in the songs itself, you know.
Right.
So that's the biggest difference.
I see. So Don had a little more of a hand in the songwriting
He tried to.
with the other two albums?
Yeah, that's why we weren't used to it when we got in the studio with Don at that point. And we were just used to recording with Colin.
Right.
The band was just doing what it was doing. To have this stranger come in and start like changing the songs and stuff was just like, whoa.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we kind of butted heads a bit over that kind of stuff, but looking back now, it was a good thing. You know, it pushed me to the limits creatively, and it was good. It was good. It was cool.
Cool. So next month you'll be releasing your first live DVD in about 11 years, I guess.
something like that,
It shot at Brixton Academy again in London, where you also shot your first one back in 2006 when Poison came out.
Yep.
How was that for you guys playing Brixton and shooting there again? Did it feel like nostalgic? Or?
Yeah, it was amazing. Just the whole. We hadn't played that venue since that first DVD either. So to go back 10 years later and just get back in the dressing room and just yeah, it was a huge nostalgia trip for us. You know what I mean? It was. It just felt like the right thing to do at the right time in the right venue. You know?
Yeah, sure. And also over the last few years, you started headlining arenas over in the UK, but at the same time, you also still play theaters like Brixton and the O2 Academies.
Yeah.
How do you guys decide whether you're going to play an arena or a theater?
I think it's depending on what we did on the last cycle and the last touring shows and stuff like that. You know, we'd never really like to do the same thing twice on a touring cycle. Just kind of switch it up, you know what I mean? So we went from obviously the small shows at the Brixtons, then Brixtons to Alexandra Palace, and then went to Wembley, and then we went back to the academies, and then we went back to Wembley, you know what I mean? And so it's just, I think the fans appreciate that, you know? To get back a bit more up close and personal shows when you're an arena band. I think it's cool for bands to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So next time around we'll see how it goes, and I think we'll probably jump into the big rooms again straight away and see what happens. And after that, probably back into the small rooms. I don't know. I think it's just a cool way to do it. It just keeps things interesting.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think from a fan's perspective, being in the nosebleeds in the arena, and then 12 months later, front row in a club, it's kind of cool, you know.
True, yeah. So you played the Poison in its entirety, like most recently on the UK tour.
Yeah.
Would you say you may envision doing the same with Screaming Fire at some point?
I don't think we're going to over-egg that kind of style of show. I think The Poison is a far more special record in so many different ways than Screaming Fire will ever be. Not to diss that record at all, because it's my record, but you know, it was the start of everything, you know what I mean? And it's something that is not as special, no matter what we do now, is never as special as that record anyways, from a nostalgic point of view for us and stuff. So the albums have always gotten bigger and better, but I think that was the start of everything, you know, and it was just important for us to kind of celebrate that fact. And like I said, we've just drawn a line under the sand over the last 10 years now, and just feel like this is the start of a new Bullet now. You know?
Sure. Because I, as a fan, would probably love to see something like that. I'm just saying.
No, I know it would never say never, but I think you can over-egg those
Yeah,
kind of things.
it's a
They
good
become a
idea
bit
to-
predictable then, you know, and
Yeah.
everyone looks better. So you're going to do the same for Fever, and then it just goes on and on forever.
Yeah.
But we never say never. But at the minute, we've got no plans to, because that's going to, again, it's going to clash with the new album anyways.
Right.
So it wouldn't work, like timing wouldn't work really. So.
Sure. So all of last year, you had Jason Bold to play with you on drums. He was filling in for Moose, who had to stay home because he was spending time with his newborn. How was it like playing with Jason? Because he played with you in Axwood.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
Yeah.
He's up there with the best in the world, you know. So to have someone of that caliber behind you, I can't tell you how it feels. It's weird. It's a band thing, you know. It's like he's just an animal. But yeah, we're good.
Is he playing tonight?
He's here. He's ready to go.
Okay. How's Moose doing? Is he?
Yeah, he's doing good. I think. Yeah.
Good?
I haven't smoked him for a while, but I think he's doing good.
Do you feel like sometime soon he'll be back with you guys?
I think that's a Moose question, really.
Okay. Moose, hope you're doing well. Speaking of Axe Wound, what do you think the chances are maybe something with that happening again? Was it meant to be like just a one-time deal, or do you think maybe it may rise again at some point? Because I know Liam is busy with cancer vaccines.
Yeah,
and everything,
it's as much as I want to, it's just finding those stars to align to do that again. It just seems like the cards are stacked against us, I think is the saying. So we'd love to, but it's just a timing thing, and the bullet thing is such a priority for everyone, you know, in our world, that I can't just drop tools for that. At that time, 4 or 5 years ago when we did that, it just kind of, everything just happened, and it happened really quick while we were off cycle, but we don't really seem to have that time right now. So I would love nothing more, but you know, I've got to do what is priority for Bullet, you know, become first.
You still in touch with like Liam, and you guys still?
Yeah, I spoke to Liam last week actually. He's in London right now,
Oh,
and I
is he?
came to Canada, so we missed each other. Because he's from here, so
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah.
Toronto area, so
Yep.
we missed each other, but unfortunately, yeah, we talk quite a bit.
Cool. All right. So now I have a fan question. It comes from my cousin Dushan. He's asking, what new bands are you listening to these days?
I'm not really listening to any new bands at the minute, unfortunately. I've kind of been living in a bit of a bubble for the last couple of years, so I need to get out of it and start listening to some new music. I just kind of listen to all the stuff I've always listened to, really.
Yeah.
All the stuff growing up, you know. I've become become my dad, basically. Everything else it's not as good as it used to be. But, so I don't know. And what I think is a new band aren't actually new bands anymore, anyways. They've been around ages and got a few records out.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bit out of touch, I'm afraid.
Cool. So there you go, Dush. There's your question.
Don't worry about new bands, just focus on the old bands with the best things.
All right. So now one thing I like to do is I like to name a few bands,
Okay.
and if you give one record that you could keep from those bands forever.
Okay.
So Metallica,
Black Album.
Black Album,
Yeah.
Megadeth,
Countdown to Extinction.
cool. Testament,
Not the biggest Testament fan. The best of.
oh, because of the way it sits in a way.
Yeah, I like all their albums, but I was never a super fan, so I wouldn't really pick one, to be honest. That's Jamie's your man for that.
Cool.
He's a huge Testament fan.
Yeah. Springsteen,
Oh man, The River.
The River,
Yeah.
Pantera.
Vulgar Display of Power.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And last one, Ozzy.
What's I can't remember what it's called. The one with Perry Mason on. What was that called?
Oh, Osmosis.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good record.
Yeah.
Okay, and so just to wrap things up, this year I guess maybe the plan is just to focus on the next album. What can you tell us about it? What's the latest? How far along in the process are you guys?
It's very early days. I wouldn't really like to say any more about what it sounds like, because it's just instrumental stuff at the minute, and we're still finding our feet. We've only got 6 instrumentals, 2 of them with kind of demo vocals on and stuff. So it's very early days, but early signs are good. We're very excited, and yeah, just I don't know. I can't say any more really, because I don't want to say something about it because it isn't anything yet. But that we're just working our asses off and trying to make something very special, as we always do.
Do you expect Tears Don't Fall Part 3?
Not on this one. Not on this one. Not on this one.
All right, so I guess that's everything. So Matt,
Well,
thanks so much.
Cool, man.
Do you have any closing messages to the fans watching?
Oh, just thanks everyone for your support, and hopefully we'll be back very soon.
Awesome. So be sure to catch Bullet from My Valentine at their select appearances this year, and look out for the next album coming soon. And also the new live DVD, Live at Brixton Chapter 2, right?
Correct.
Coming out next month. I'm Alex, you're watching FilmMasterKingdom.com. See ya.